Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Segzkelly, and we're back with another video. Let's go. So basically, we're gonna be reacting to. This is 1 year ago, but like, I want to react to this because it's elders versus Gen Z or something that has to do with. And I'm Gen Z, so I'm gonna be on the Gen Z side for sure. But then again, I'm gonna be honest, like basically honest. Besides, it's my personal review, right? So like, let's get right into the video and see, because it's long. So stay tuned.
Respect is a right. You need to respect an elder. It's their right, just as you have individual rights today. Please.
That's the problem with your
Everything
generation.
no.
You guys will suffer and die
God
in
in
pain
heaven
in the name
is
of
not
respect.
smiling.
Oh, you don't think respect is okay? You think you can
Not
just...
on my life. Not on my life. I won't respect you if you are a threat to my life.
Exactly.
No, you can't tell me to be respectful.
The older generation are threats to your life.
Yes.
The Gen Zs are threats
Yes.
to us.
This is gonna be lit, bro. Let's go. Okay. My bad. Right. Sure.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. What an elder sees sitting down, a young man can't see standing on an Iroko tree.
There's no youth, except that youth wants to be playing with fire, that should argue this statement, that what an elder sees, they will never see. I was once your age, and I'm glad you agree. Your counterparts didn't come out. I just wonder what they're going to say. Listen, when I was your age and my parents were telling me a few things, I didn't see it. But now I'm older. I see they were damn right.
So I feel like that adage talks more about experience. Because of how much years you've spent on Earth, there are things that you've experienced firsthand that we still theorize. But because, experience is the best teacher. If it teaches you once, that is the lesson is constant. If you try it 10 times, you're going to come back to the same conclusion. Who has more experience better than the people that are older than us? So I totally agree with that submission.
It's an idiomatic expression. Yeah, the father may not be as tall as anything, but his experience is telling you that what is seen in the future, if you are not careful, it will befall you.
Many things that is in the Bible or Quran and yet is experience of the past, the thing that other people, other generations, they put down to us. Had it been those books are not there, we could have been living like animals.
Okay.
There will not be orderliness.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
That thing the elder is seeing sitting down. We will use drone and helicopter to see that same thing. Because
My bad. Okay, he has his reasons. Let's hear his reasons why, okay?
I truly believe experience does not come with age. Anybody can have experience if you make action,
Right,
take notes.
true.
And I also believe experience goes both ways. Like it also can also be reversed. The elders can also learn from us. We can also teach you things. So I don't feel you should let your age make you arrogant.
For someone that is young, our brain is very active. These people are old. So you can't compare an old person with a young person. An old person does not know how to operate computer very, very well. Yes.
Like AI age.
You
I'm
understand
a
me?
boomer. I have.
So and even the Bible says, those who are meek at heart, who have the heart of a child, will be the ones to enter the gate of heaven. The humble enough.
Bro, plainly just like that expression in the Bible. I know the verse is talking about though. But like that expression in the Bible is it's like a figure of speech, but like he just plainly said what it means. Like, young at heart. It doesn't mean like young kids, but you know what? Let's just I don't know.
To learn from us too. So
What
it
do you
also
want
goes
to
both
teach
ways.
us?
Hold
We can
on.
teach you anything, mommy. We teach you
Okay,
tech.
so
Give me
let me take you up
give
on
me
that.
3 things.
Hold on.
No, let
them
him
do their
give me 3
talking.
things
No,
you
let
want
them
to
do their
teach us.
talking.
Come on.
That's one of the example of the arrogance of the older generations. They talk about respect so much, but they actually don't practice what they preach. Because why would you tell me I can't teach you anything?
I like bro's energy though. Like he's not intimidated, despite where we are from. We all Nigerians have to bring up respect and stuff like that. But like he's not intimidated. He's standing on business and he knows what what he is trying to say. So yeah. I mean they both have the same points though. Like, yeah, if you ask me on my personal opinion on this, I feel like it goes both ways to be honest. Because like the world is revolving, you feel me? So like, yeah, you can also learn from us because like there are some things I like my bad. There are some things I do teach my mom and older generations and stuff like that. So it's just normal. I feel like yeah, like you can learn from both people. So it comes both ways. But on that idiom, what the elders say sitting down, a young man can't see standing on an Iroko tree. I mean, like, now the world is revolving, so maybe I don't know, bro. But from my own perspective, bro, I feel like you feel me? Like it goes both ways.
Feel respect should go both ways. She can also teach me something. Yes, I agree. But she doesn't actually believe I can teach her something. And I feel that's like unjust.
Are you telling me, and I'm talking to you directly, that you don't ask your father and your mother for some kind of advice on some certain topics?
I agree.
Why do you do that?
I'm not saying they don't have...
No, excuse me. I'm taking
don't
you,
get me wrong.
I'm not getting you wrong. You said that we shouldn't get arrogant and that what we see, you use drone or whatever. So why didn't you use drone to ask your mommy or your daddy that, oh, there's this thing that I'm going through. What do you think? Do you understand?
That still applies to what I'm saying. I'm humble enough to ask my mother, my father for some certain topics of life. And
Why?
I believe...
Why?
Because I believe they truly have the experience.
Do they?
And I believe I also have experience that they don't have.
We're not talking about We're not talking about your...
Okay. Respect to bro again. Because like this is what he was saying earlier on. I'm not trying to support. Look, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I know like this video is so long. We'll have to react to it. If it takes 1 hour, you have to sit tight. If you don't want to watch, you can bob out. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, respect to Bro again. She's not letting him speak, and she's like trying to like push him to one-sided phase. And he's like, nah, that's not what I'm trying to say. He just admitted it. Yes, I agree. I can ask my parents for advice because I'm not, arrogant enough. But he's trying to prove a point to you. You don't want to listen, but let's see how it goes, though.
Experience with what an elder sees, right? So you believe that there's something they know ahead or they've experienced ahead. And so you humble yourself, you creep to them and say, hey, daddy, blah, blah, blah.
He's not doubting the fact, though.
And they advise you. Why?
Let me respawn in Rome, please. Yes.
Our city currently has a population of 9. A farmer.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that it goes both ways.
Yeah, he's not doubting.
Did we argue that we can't learn from you? I beautifully said, you're so brilliant. You're so smart. But there are 1 or 2 things that are not right. I'm not going to stand here and be battling words with you. If there's an obvious problem, there is a problem. So for you to go to your parents, your mommy and daddy, and ask them on a topic that your drone couldn't answer you, then I think we're...
So then you are not right. Don't do that. It goes both ways. That's what, because you just basically said I didn't say we can't learn from you, but there's 1 or 2 things. If you can learn from him, then I think it goes both ways. She's trying to play smart here, though. Respect to mama, but like, hey, mama, I mean, it goes both ways. For that, it goes both ways.
An elder is only an elder with his wealth of experience, and the experience is gotten over time, right? If the person is already maybe say 70 years old, he has spent 70 good years on earth, which means there are some things he probably experienced which may or may not apply to my situation, but it doesn't take away the fact that he has experienced them and they are valuable lessons for me to learn from them. Now, I just have to now use my discretion in knowing which one to accept, which one is going to follow my situation, and which one to reject.
The problem is that we're not disputing that you guys have a lot more lived experiences, is the fact that because a lot of older people tend to see the world in one particular way, and whenever they are giving advice, it comes out as a lot more haughty. It seems like whenever the older generation wants to speak to a younger person, the default, 70% of the time, default is condescension. You don't really know anything, so let me just help you along.
I don't see that.
Can she talk though? Can you let her speak though?
Percentage. You guys have structures that you have already done. The experiences you have had are invaluable, okay? But if you are coming to me as, I know a lot more than you. Of course you know a lot more than me. You are older than me. That makes sense.
Facts.
Why are you making me feel like I'm stupid?
Maybe.
What makes you think we're making...
That's how it comes across to me.
Maybe
That's like, it feels like...
You are trying to be high-headed.
I did it.
I'd like to hear her out.
I did a short stint in corporate for like 3 months and I left because this was how the environment was. I was the youngest person there. And you felt like everybody across was trying to tell me, well, I have a lot more experience than you, so you should do this in this particular way. There are many roads to a market. Okay, sometimes it's bush and you fall inside gutter. You might start to enter the market. One road is just smoother than the other. And that's probably the road that you advise me to take. But it feels that like you are just hammering it on my head anyhow.
Was that person talking to you harshly?
It's not a specific person. It's again,
all
I
of
put
them.
the percentage out of the air, but it feels like, in my lived experience, 70% of older people that talk to me
Feel you can't communicate with you.
Were you arguing with them or something?
I don't even argue.
Please step forward if you agree with the
She looks like
prompt.
someone that doesn't argue.
Respect
You can talk
as
to my boss.
demanded by the old.
My bad,
Please
my bad.
step forward if you agree with the prompt. Respect as demanded by the older generation is overdone.
Enough respect before common sense. You can't tell me somebody is doing something that is like someone driving a car. You know where this person is passing will cause accidents, and because he's older than you, you will tell him, it's okay, sir, keep going, so that two of you will die together. Is that sense? Is that sensible? Obviously not. If we know this person is actually leading us to hellfire, collect the steering wheel. Whether force or fire, no go good for anybody. Collect that steering wheel. So forget respect.
Business, my bro.
Respect comes with experience and sense. Let respect also come with sense, not just
So
culture.
also what boomers, older people often call respect is not really respect, it's just blind adoration. I respect you means I value your opinions and I will take your opinions and put them into consideration. Not just you say jump and I say how high. If you say jump and I say how high, that's a cult. That's township. That's not respect. It's not me, it's me just blindly following whatever the hell you say. Somebody asks you to do something and you say, oh, okay, but why? Or isn't it better if we do it some way? You're like, oh, you're being disrespectful. I just asked you a question. How am I being disrespectful? That's a hypothetical situation, but it's something that's happened constantly over the time.
As much as we feel like respect should go both ways, you should be able to talk to me as well as I should be able to talk to you. They have a thing with tones, right? They have a thing with approach. They have a thing with how do you talk to me? It doesn't take away the space of respect. Yeah, I'll give you respect, honestly, but the moment you start to make me feel like I probably need to be carrying you on my head, or maybe say I probably need to give you the same respect that I give maybe say God, then maybe say there's a problem.
It's like I said, the
Then there's a problem.
condescension, they come to you with most times it comes to you with a place of, oh yeah, I'm saying this and therefore it must be right. It might be right, right? But is it really that right?
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
Respect is a right. If you yourself will grow to the become old, you need to respect an elder. It's their right, just as you have individual rights today. Please, because that person you're giving respect has also given respect to the elderly ones, the ones before him. Now it is his turn. And at this particular turn of his turn, you say you are not going to respect that person. Well, it's you and God that when we talk to you, you do not hear. You know you are disrespecting us, but because we know we are not going to lead you astray.
It just becomes a right. Just respect them, learn to walk. And that's why I said, you guys need to calm. Just learn to walk away. See them as grown babies and deal with them that way.
I don't believe that.
Respectfully though, I feel like Mama over there has low key, she's hot-headed. You feel me? I just feel like she basically is hot-headed though, but I don't want to go judge from all the parents there. Respectfully, out of all of them, I feel like she's the only one that's been very hot-headed. And the three of them are very calm about their situation and very cool about it. They are giving their explanation and they're letting them speak too as well. I'm not saying she's not letting you all speak though, but she's these are kids, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But let's get right into the video.
Respect is a right. I believe respect is earned. You don't be entitled to respect of any.
Respect is earned. I love this dude, bro. You are not entitled. You feel me? It's reciprocal. If you want me to respect you, you gotta show me why I have to respect you, or you have to respect me. You feel me?
Okay. Don't push it too far. Don't push it too far. Just hold on.
Every human being has a basic level of respect, actually. No matter who you are, as long as a human being, I believe you should be entitled to some form of respect. True, but there's a certain level of respect you should not be asking for when you've not earned it. So just because you're old or just because you've grown up, that does not necessarily instigate you get that respect from you. You shouldn't actually be entitled to it at the same time. So,
I don't think respect is an issue of demand, it's a norm.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
simply because, whether you like it or not, you were brought into the world by these elders. It's just a problem that you people are feeling rebellious. You don't want to be talked to. You don't want to be shouted out. No. Remember now, these things vary. You find in a certain circle, there's a mutual understanding between an elder. So what if, I'm not saying her, what if she came from, she's now an elder, but what if she grew up when she was like you, from an abusive elder, and all she knew all her life till she grew up was shout, but she'll pass it. That's where you people need to be smarter. And stop fight, don't fight the system. You can't win that way. That's why we'll always be clashing. One person needs to get wiser. And if you guys are going to lead, then try and just get wiser. You can't, and you see where God beats all of you. You keep doing that, it will be I'm telling you, like, seriously, this is no debate. If you keep doing that, it's going to affect you one way or the other. That's the truth. Realize that maybe I was screaming on him as my son. Maybe that's my... my mother used to almost bash my head. And when I had kids, so it came from behind. But I know I had to grow out of it. So I know, I watch my kids and I know that they're going to do better. Because they humbled themselves to learn better. There's all this rebellion. It's not going to take you guys anywhere.
I'm a push you there though. Now I have something to say on this topic, this exact topic on what she's saying. I mean, I don't disrespect the fact, I don't have prejudice in what she's saying, but some might be rebellious, but some are being optimistic. Let me put it that way, okay? They are very, very curious about the whole situation. What I'm trying to say is this: you might give me an advice or something, but what the lady said is, are you really that right? That's why I came to you for an advice. I'm not trying to follow your advice. You tell me to jump, I'll jump. Nah, but I'm asking for that advice, just trying to, you understand? So what she's saying, instead of you using rebellious for all the younger generation, how about you just trying to say, okay, they're optimistic. Like you said, grown babies, right? And the world is revolving. So they tend to think more, okay, what about the cons about this? What about the disadvantage? What about what about the negativity that is gonna happen? You know how it works. Unlike before, where they just tell you to do something and you be like, okay, I'll just do it. But now you doing it can also bring repercussions. That's, instead of you saying they are being rebellious, how about you just trying to say, okay, they are being optimistic about this whole situation? I mean, feel me?
Your elders are your elders. Just deal with it.
No, nobody's doubting.
The Bible tells you that there's a way you deal with them. Sometimes we can be, I know what you're saying, but just try and realize that all these people, there are so many things elderly people would do to me, and even as elderly as I am, I still have people who are much, much older, and sometimes they can be a pain, but I look at them and I remember that I'm going to get to that place. And where I am right now, I won't want one child coming to, poke me.
I join my elders to say, respect is a right. We have some people within the Western culture here, if they want to greet their elder one, they prostrate. Is he a god?
Oh, yeah, Father
when
will
you prostrate for him, that is the culture. So he's a right. He is my elder. I can't just walk past him because I'm a Gen Z.
Even when that person is over demanding, because I understand what you're about to say, okay. Some people might be too edgy and all that, you still, because it's a right,
just
because of that gray hair,
leave the person.
You have to respect. Even.
But what if you have gray hair and you stupid though? No, respectfully. I mean, I'm not even joking, from my personal experience, I've seen people that are old and delulu. How do you even say I'm just saying though, not everybody have, but does it's end. I'm gonna still stand on that, guys. Their basic level of respect you get, true, but trust me, bro, it's end. You feel me?
If that elder is becoming too edgy and too troublesome, just bear it, walk away, and ask God for the grace.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Let me ask the elders this question. Have you heard of that recent governor that was arraigned for embezzlement and everything. So will I still see that man in real life and I'll prostrate?
Yes.
A man that stole from...
Yes.
I will still prostrate to
You're not
him?
the one to
You're
judge.
not the one to
You
judge
have
him.
no right to
Stole from us?
You have
What
no
you're
right
supposed to
to
do
corrupt,
is to
and
go
I'll
back
still
and
prostrate.
tweet like I told you and
You
know
have
how
no-
you
why-
come,
okay, so-
how
so he
you
stole
take
and
away
everything. You want to
leadership
judge him?
from
What if
his
he...
That lady has a point, though. That lady has a point. This lady has a point, though.
stole from us?
You have
What
no
you're
right
supposed
to
to
was
do is
corrupt,
to
and
go
I'll
back
still
and tweet
prostrate.
like I told you and
have
know
no-
how you
why-
come,
okay, so-
how you
so he
how
stole
you take
and
away
everything. You want to
leadership
judge him?
from
What if
his
he
hand.
kills? Should I still prostrate
You
for him?
understand?
What
What if he kills?
why
Do I still
know,
prostrate?
People just
you are
go and
not
sit
in that
down and be
position.
complaining.
You're not in that position.
I should still prostrate.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it again because I have a lot to say. I love this topic though. Okay, I respect what she said. Only she, nobody else. No papa, no other mama, but she. I respect what she said. Like, if it happens to you, walk away and think about it or try to find a solution and take away the thing from his hand. That basically, find the solution and but don't attack it at that spot. So basically, just feed him off with his elderly respect. But then again, you know what you're going to do in your mind. But he's trying to tell you he is this kind of person that, to be honest, to be very, very honest, there are people like that. I'm this kind of person that when I see wrong, I call it wrong. When I see right, I call it right. But they are trying to tell bro, nah, bro, no matter the situation. And if you ask me, to be very honest, very, very honest, I understand what they're trying. They're talking from a religious point of view. Yes, if you understand. But let's talk about a more physical point of view. Yeah, in the physical realm, in this world. If someone actually does something hurtful to my sibling or my folks or my homies and you tell me to respect you and you're older than me, I don't really give a about your gray hair or your age, bro. I'm not respecting you. That's my business, though. You feel me? So it depends.
Yes.
Even if
Why
he
will
kills.
your so no hold on?
Even if he kills. Nah, to be honest, I'm gonna let them talk. I'm not gonna pause too much, but I'm still gonna say this. Respect is actually end. You feel me? That's how I'm gonna say it though.
So when you see him, you want to say, yo, you.
I will
You
knock
fight
his head.
him, knock his head.
He feels the elderly person has done something wrong and he wants to knock him.
He's just trying to play. He doesn't mean it though. But if he mean it, then he's wild for that. But he doesn't,
Doing the right thing? He's not. He should leverage on what he has now in his hands and cause a change. The age is on their side and technology is with them today. So they can do better.
You only knock it, he will pick you up and put inside jail. You're not supposed to knock his head. You're supposed to go and channel your brain to what to do.
I don't agree with
I
that.
like how she's, I like what she's saying though. I'm gonna listen to her if I was actually on that seat because she's actually speaking for real.
I want to say, you channel your strength, your intelligence to where it's not supposed to go to. Like you, that you said you would give him a knock because he embezzled your money.
Yes.
What I expect you to say is to look for a way to plan the way that the leadership of this nation will go to the youths.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. Modesty and morality are losing its values among the younger generation.
In the earlier days, all our activities is based on positive moral. We think of what they would say about our family. But in this era, when someone is doing something, it does it in its own way. Like, for example, when we dress in our days, every part of our body is covered up. But this modern society, some of them doesn't even care if they are half naked or not. We are living our own tradition, our own culture, imbibing European way of life.
We're somewhere and a girl walked past us half naked. And one woman called her and said, could you adjust your skirt a bit? Let it just come down a bit because everything was showing. And when she turned back, he said, how does it concern you? She even pulled it up higher.
The aspect I'm looking at is some parents are not really standing their ground. And that is why some of these young ones are going off. Because my Bible tells me that if you train a child the way he should go, when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Parents have a very big role to play.
I actually support the modesty and morality are losing the values. Yes, I stand on that. But like what he was saying, for my opinion, what he's saying, I'm gonna come in for the parents here. Trust me, this is 2025. The white, not even Gen Z anymore, the Y2K generation, yeah? Bruh. Nowadays, parents will train their child very, very well. I don't know, you guys can tell me your opinion though, but like nowadays, parents will train their child very, very well. The best way they can, but it just comes down to the child. You feel me? And it's painting the child black, you know. I feel like if elderly sir, like child, was acting different, you feel me? Like he won't be saying this like, yeah, it's parents' fault. Trust me, parents will do their best, but like it comes down to the child, you know. If the child is gonna, you feel me? Like, yeah.
You've done yours, God will take control.
I feel like the Gen Zs have this unnecessary need to rebel. They just want to rebel against everything, every laid down rules, even to the point of gender, where this gender is no longer two. You have to like also like give chances for pronouns, which was not there in the days of our fathers. Even our dress sense, you know. We're becoming more fashionable according to what we think, right? Feel like more skin means more freedom. Like they say, our body, a choice. We departing from the laid down values that our fathers laid down for us is not a form of mental slavery. It's getting so much out of hand that if we don't curb it at this point, we might not have a next generation.
As brilliant and smart as this generation are, I think it comes down to an end time era. I'm not trying to be too spiritual, but that's the strategy of the enemy to take out the youth. There's so much skin going about. There's so much rudeness. As brilliant and as smart, and I keep repeating, they're crazily creative. But you find the boys wanting to turn to girls, the girls, you know, it's just going really crazy.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
Okay, let's hear what they have to say.
What people term morality these days is really just now who them catch outside the thief, right? It's not like all these things did not exist before. These things have been there. Did anybody know fellas dancers in the 70s? By any and all standards, they had raunchy dresses, right? Using dressing to ascribe how moral a person is really speaks to your own projection as opposed to that person. Because you're the one seeing the person, you're thinking, oh, this person must have a less than stellar character because they are portraying themselves a certain way.
Modesty and morality, I feel the definition changes with time and with generations. Like my mommy over here now, you wearing a trouser, if you check back previous generations, a woman wearing trouser is actually seen as a bad thing or a masculine man thing. But now, your generation made it a normal thing and made it the norm. So I feel change has to come from someone. It has to come from one generation. And I feel change is not a bad thing. Just because we might act a certain way or dress a certain way doesn't necessarily make us bad people. I just believe the norm is changing, which is natural. Things will naturally change with time.
I detest that sort of look because it's just like you are posing like a lady or girl, which is not naturally.
Let me clear something though. I don't support LGBT TV. Just trying to tell you. But like, I understand what that lady is trying to say. She's talking about Fela, and Fela has been there like since 1960 something. And that's when I am, to be very honest, I feel like these people were like young back then, maybe mid-20s, maybe late 20s. And Fela has been there, and people actually dress like that. You feel me? But I don't support the LGBT TV. I'm just trying to make that clear though.
And out to men, or maybe you are feeling inferior to what God gave you. I feel it's not normal.
I have a grandmother, like, she has told me stories of how her own children serve well. rebellious back then. So they were also doing things that were seen as immoral or bad back in their own days. But now they've gotten to that position and they're telling us who are now the bad kids. But back in old days, a trouser on a woman was seen as something that was immoral and bad, but they fought for it and they continue to wear their trousers. So why is it my turn to braid my hair? Then it's a problem. So I'm also fighting for my own generation. The point where it becomes normalized.
Density is a tool to record your DJ set and master it after. Density connects to DJ.
Yes, we expect changes and we accept changes. And even as the changes come, we still expect modesty as we embrace change. Yes, in the olden days, women don't wear trousers. But now, because of the change, which we all embrace, because we all believe that, okay, in the olden days, we don't even have television to watch. Now, everybody watches television. Because of that change, that still does not stop us from being modest. Like the trousers I'm putting on, I can see the way I put it on. Nothing stopped me from maybe making everything revealing.
That's a good point.
Are you Christian?
We're not talking about religion.
No, I have a point. I'm landing somewhere.
We don't want to.
You know I love Gen Z. You know I love my generation, right? Like it or not, this is one thing about us, yeah. You can never take us down without a fight. One or two, without we like having an opinion about our own experience. Nah, that's like they all waited for them to talk. Then she came up with like, let's be honest, the parents here like we're going like with the religious standard and stuff. Yeah, if you were actually following. Now she came up with like, okay, I want to bring out a point to you all now. You see, since we're going that way, let's use this way to judge you all too. Nah, I love this topic though. You know, it's actually intriguing. Let's go.
Talk about religion here. We're talking about modesty.
Okay, let me rephrase. What does modesty mean to you?
Modesty. There is moderation in whatever you do. You should think about what you're going to meet, the person you're going to impact. And the person will now praise your maker and even praise the woman that brought you into the world.
I want to correct one impression about this trouser. These trousers, they are not new. Since Oyibo man came into this country, they brought in trouser. But when they brought in trouser, there was sort of trouser they brought doesn't expose every part of your body.
The one we call palazzo now.
Even the engineers we have in Nigeria, those days, they don't wear skirt to go to under engine. They wear trousers, we wear jeans. But those jeans are not this kind of jeans that somebody will cut jeans and tear somewhere exposed, as if it's the dog attack the person, or lion attack the person. So that is that moderation we are talking of. Even the white men themselves, we are trying to copy them. They dress well, but it's only they pick these negative ones from the musicians because they want to sell themselves. They want.
Bro just gave a to the musicians.
To make money from fans. I will point to the government because government is supposed to see the trend and make a law. You you bring your child today, you want to advise him. I said, Daddy, your own time is over. I beg not the advice. I'm an adult. But in our own days, there's never adults that you can disobey your parents. But in these days, they feel that they are too exposed. Yes, they are too exposed to the negative part of life. That is why they behave like that.
I actually have my own morals, I have my limits. I know my balance. And, okay, this is where I draw the lines. No killing, no drugs.
I respect bro. I'm not joking. Like, yo, I don't even know him. I don't know his name. I don't know where he's from. Like, I respect. Like, he knows what is. You feel me? Let's be honest here. Let's come on, man.
A lot of things. Like, I do have a line. They think we are just wayward and we'll do anything and everything. That's not true. We actually have our own limits. It's just different from yours. So I do have a line. On this topic of modesty, I truly believe nobody wholly pass, honestly. Because while here, you might think you're modest. If you go to another part of even this in Nigeria, they'll tell you're not modest and you're dressing, your makeup is not allowed. If you go to the north, they'll see you as a very wayward person for all these things. But here, you feel you're the most modest and most holy person. But that's actually how it is in the rest of the world. If you travel to some Arabian countries, they will actually tell you the way you're dressing is not acceptable here. You can't even show your knees or your ankles. It's not allowed.
You're all getting it wrong. And I want to believe that somewhere in here, you really know what we're talking about. Why didn't you wear something that all your boobs are showing?
Because I don't have.
Yeah, nice. You've got a short skirt, you know. Yeah, you're looking cool. I don't have a problem with nose pierce because I also have one, you know. There's an
But like that's not right though.
obvious decadence where your breasts are out. You come on.
Okay.
Let's calm down.
Let me just say,
calm
if
down.
all of us
calm
now,
down. Calm down.
If all of
You're
us get
dressed
naked,
nice.
what are you going to? Are we
Some
not
people
animals?
among us probably have a problem with your hair.
If all
I
of
don't have
us
a problem
get
with that.
naked now,
But there's an obvious, let's get real here. There's an obvious thing out there where skin is
While I
overly
agree, so who makes the rules? Who gets to
Nobody.
decide
So
what's
that's what did
modest
I?
and what's
If you
not?
remember what I said, it's a problem that's happening. It's like a wind. You're going to
Who
have
gets to
children,
decide
aren't you?
what's nice or not?
No.
it's not you that's
Okay, so
supposed
no. Okay, sir.
You want to?
I'm not. You don't get to decide, right? Neither do I. But sometime soon you're going to be a father. I have children, and sometimes there's a pain.
I don't know her definition of what she is trying to imply on them, but like I know his definition. I'm not trying to support bro. Now let me explain myself. When he did his interview before, he said, like the interview we just watched, he said, I know my limits, okay? No drugs, no like no, RIP type shit. So he knows, no, like, on the ZA or whatever, as in Nigeria, he knows, you feel me? Like, so he's not trying to tell you, like, yeah, but he's just trying to tell you, like, you think you are also modest, but like, yo, there are some places you go to, like, it's not also right. And now she said she doesn't have problem with his braids, she doesn't have problem with his piercings, but like he's gonna have kids. So what's she trying to imply? That's what I want to know.
When I see certain things, like you said, who's to make the choice? Even as parents, we will try. The problem is there's a wind out there. And I stand that it will take your generation to do the correction. It's going to get past us parents. You're going to look inwards and say, come on, this ain't right. And you're going to correct. I'm going to keep speaking positive on this thing. But to tell me you do not know that there's a problem, no. There's nothing wrong with being sexy. I don't like boring dressing. I don't like people that dress boring. Sorry. But I also do not like overly common.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. The older generation are the cause of the country's current problem.
I agree with that.
I don't really know on this one though. The older generation are the cause of this country problem. Let's see what they have to say before I bring my own solution.
The older generation are the cause of the country's current problem.
I agree with that statement a whole lot. 20 years ago, Nigeria was a lot better than it is right now. And the same people that they handed Nigeria over to have refused to hand Nigeria over to someone else. I feel like your generation just looted us. Every bad thing that has happened in Nigeria now started from your generation. And I'm not ashamed to say that.
Okay.
We've heard stories of our great leaders like Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, of the great things they did: free education, free water, good roads. Everything was new, everything was good. But over the years, this older generation ruined everything: corruption, stealing. They call us Yahoo boys, but they're the ones that started with the theft.
Okay, so for the people that don't know what that means, is like basically for scammers, you feel me? And you all saying like the younger generation are the scammers, scamming the, CLs. I ain't gonna do that. If you know, you know. But like he's trying to tell you, like, you all are not scamming your own skin. You feel me? Like your own race. Talking about we scamming people from international. I mean, like low key, they are like the younger generation scamming the older ones are doing right because like reverse colonialism. But like you all scamming your own really cool.
Even if you know a leader is bad, they still would not speak against that leader in the name of respect. The older generations, even though a person is not competent and the person is not doing the right thing, they can't speak up in the name of respect. That's something I don't really agree with, and I feel that's something that should actually change. As long as somebody is not competent in something, no matter what, they should be taken out of that position. forget respect, forget everything. I believe respect should always come with common sense.
Look at politicians. I heard the news of, it's not weeks ago, that so amount of money was buried under the ground. This is what our older generations are doing. They see us driving car now, they say we are Yahoo boys. What about them? They understand. And they will do all these things, they will go scot-free. So looking at it, the older generation is really a big problem.
For people who talk about morality a lot, Nigeria is not looking very.
Yo, I like this girl, bro. I'm not even trying to trip right now, though. She first of all did the thing about that lady and saying, okay, you're a Christian. Then the lady knew what she was trying to do and she attacked her. Now she's saying for people who talk about morality. And she said, I'm not the arguing type, but like, I'm gonna prove my point to you. See why I told you I like my generation, yeah? Like, yo, you're not gonna back us down. We'll tell you what we want to say. And boom.
A big problem.
For people who talk about morality a lot, Nigeria is not looking very moral right now at all. It's not looking like a product of morality.
Damn,
and this is ridiculous because a good chunk of them, not all, but like a good chunk of them should take responsibility to it. And I've foisted that responsibility to the younger ones. I said, well, you're the one here now, deal with it. How can we deal with it when you're handing us like a broken thing and telling us to fix it? We don't even know who broke it.
The older generation did a lot of harm to the Nigerian state. Fortunately for them, they attended school free of charge. They were taken care of, but they couldn't build on it. They couldn't plan. Rather, they are busy amassing wealth, personal wealth. The state wealth that would have been used to plan for the future is into personal pockets. And that is what is giving birth to what is happening to the Gen Z now. And when you don't have a very good foundation, the house is always shaky.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
The Gen Zs are rebels. Then, when it comes to government, we are talking about what stopped the Gen Z, because, you know, they always appear like people that are very, very intelligent. Why can't they tweet among themselves, think about what to do?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there right now because, like, this you just now you all should listen. For the non-Nigerians and for the Nigerians, I don't know if you know what happened. If I'm not wrong, about the NSAS protest and also some protests that have been going on. There's no how you can come up here, and I'm sure this is recent because it's 1 year ago, so we all went through past that, you know. So there's no how you can come here and tell me like the Gen Zs didn't really do nothing about the government. Come on, there's no how you can tell me that. And like you said, power is in their hands. So like you know how Nigeria goes, bro. Once you try one crazy move or wild move, you're getting X down. You know how things work, bro. So like, nah, I don't support this statement though, mama.
To effect change in the nation.
You guys
Do
did
you
not
know?
allow us now.
Wait.
You didn't give us space.
I feel like she actually said, okay.
You don't sit back in the house and complain about the government. I don't defend the government, yes.
What else are we supposed to do? When
That's what I'm saying.
youths try to make a difference, they were shut down by, again, the older generation. And I know some of them, like, it's not all of them. But if you have a crate of eggs and one egg is bad, but you don't know which egg is bad, how do you make the choice?
Because if actually this question is put this way, how did the problem of Nigeria start? Then I would have known where to start. But we are talking about generally, both in family and in the government, okay? Now, I am saying that the Gen Zs, knowing that they're too smart, they're very intelligent, because when it comes to creativity, they are there. Think about how to attack the common enemy the nation Nigeria is having. They could come out, okay, if we remember what happened during the past presidential election, just 4 people started it all. And you saw the boom about PSOB, you saw it all. All of us experienced it. So the same way, they could tweet among themselves.
I think you're forgetting the NSAS movement.
Come on, man. See the girl's face. Like, come on, man. Are we dumb? Like, for you to even say this as a parent, it's heart touching. Do you know how many youths died on that thing? Like, come on, bro. I'm not even joking. At this point, it's crazy to even talk about this. Like, you're not even supposed to. This first statement she made about Gen Zs are the problem. Okay, let me hear why. Then you went on to say it's because we didn't come together. Really? You know how many youths died in that process? Nah, that's crazy. Like, she just reacted to it like, exactly. Come on.
I think you're forgetting that.
Yes, the answers, because some of them at a point they were not participating anymore. I was also amongst it, because if you look at me very well, you see that I am in between the boomers and the Gen Z. So I know what I'm talking about.
NSAS was a success.
Yes, it was a success, but
To
then...
a degree. To a degree.
Yeah, NSAS taken up by the youth was a success.
To a degree.
At least they were able to scrap
It was
SAS.
killed by the same. It was killed by your same
Government
generation.
It wasn't actually a success, because
It
they
was
did not
killed.
end well. Because that's what I'm telling you, because they didn't know where to channel their intelligence.
No, even the government acknowledged them. You
Because,
understand?
let me tell you, NSOS is not, it is what is affecting Nigeria that the youth propagated, they carry forward. And even the elder one back them up.
Yes.
They don't sit down and
But that
say,
was your fight.
yes,
That was actually your
it's
fight.
just like a protest.
No, their fight was against Yahoo.
I'm saying that fight was your fight.
And
It was not. Their claim is that they were searching them on the road, collecting their money and collecting.
Nobody among
I was also part of
Even
it.
killing some of them.
Boomers. Nobody even the among the boomers complain against what the youths are doing.
But you were
We
the one that
supported.
stopped it.
It is, look, you fought against this government that case. Don't call the boomers because
Who are the governments? I didn't know the boomers, sir. No, but this is crazy though. Now they are talking like politicians, you see. So you see now why that guy, the guy on braids earlier said there's no like you don't have the most holy person here. You feel me? Because everybody's, you see, this is what we're saying.
boomers are those people. You are calling both the people who
We
supported
were at
you
home praying
and those
for
people
you.
who are not supporting.
I was even
The
in your
boomers-
list.
And it is
The
people,
government-
the
I
people
was
they
there at
killed,
toll
we are
gates.
born by the boomers.
Because they are
understand?
because they are
So
because they are in the
keep
government
that
does
one
not
aside.
separate them
Keep
from
that one
boomers.
aside. Let me just
They are still the boomer. They are still
excuse me,
boomers
please,
as well.
please. Let me keep that one aside.
Okay.
These people you say they are the one destroying government. You know that when they were in your own age, they fought for Nigeria during the First Republic. Bribery, killing, and every other thing.
Yeah, they did fight for Nigeria. Respect to them though. But why are they killing? Look, you don't get the point. You're not trying. I respect what he's trying to say though. But then again, it's still coming down to why are they still killing? Now they are the boomers, right? It's even have to even make more sense that okay, yeah, since they fought for like I won't say they fought for us, but since they fought like during the time of our age, so why do they have to even kill? Which makes them even more dumb. You feel? Because you guys have been in that same situation. You are the older generation. You've been there. You know how it works. So why would you now like be among the people that was going to like excel the younger generation? It's crazy though.
This political thug started. That was when Nzogwu and Co. over there, they were young.
I'm going to ask a question.
Hold on.
Let him learn.
That was when Nzogwu struck to bring sanity. You are talking of there's no job. There was never a time the use of this country, even when we were as young as you are, government gave us job freely. We devoted ourselves in government gave us job freely.
Look at our face, bro. Hey, uncle, come on, uncle.
We devoted ourselves in educating ourselves and get government jobs and get jobs. We struggle.
Let me be clear on something, yeah? On what he's saying. I know history. If you're doubting me, you can go and check it out. I love history. And this is what I'm going to tell you all watching. About what he's saying about when they were younger, that they also struggled, they also fought. Trust me, it's not as the same as now. Back then, the country was not as bad as it is now, first of all. And two, they literally just got their independence. When he was talking about whatever that man name is, they literally just got their independence, and that was like after like few years after 1960, if I'm not wrong. And Nigeria was still, you could even see Lagos, like they were very organized, like they were still, even if they were not like very infrastructure, they were still like moving compared to now. Like now it's bad, like very, very bad. So you can't compare like the level of struggle then and the level of struggle now. Like come on, man. The dollar rate and everything, buying foods in Nigeria, it's crazy.
Well, if you are saying government is not, the same thing you are experiencing is what we will experience. We fought for ourselves. And the youth of nowadays want government to do everything for them.
I have a question.
This was the question I was going to ask. I'm sorry. For youths, right, between the ages of 22 to 30, all of you, how many of you had jobs that time?
At 22, I was already flying internationally, going to US, UK.
You had a job.
Because I worked hard.
Why must it be
I got my
job?
certificate as
you need to
degree in marketing.
I don't
but I didn't use it to work.
Talking like that.
He said we are lazy.
Now, is he right?
No,
You're not trying to make
because
it
I didn't want to work. I'm a woman. I decided
I'm trying to make it
do business. To take care
Then
of my
what kind of
family.
business did you do that you now
Could fly international.
travel outside the
Yes.
country?
You had one thing you were depending on, right?
Yes.
You guys, how many of you have 2 or more things that you're hustling for? Every Gen Z person I know has more than one job.
I'm not even joking. Like she said, I could fly out by then, and you flying out by then, it's a flex. You feel me? But nah, I won't blame the older generation because, like, during their time, I won't say easy, but things were like much more nominalized compared to now.
More than 2, more than 3, at least 3. You cannot sit down there and call us lazy for an economy that
is
you
based on.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
What we are in.
More than 2, more than 3, at least 3. You cannot sit down there and call us lazy for an economy that
is based on.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
What we are in now.
That's what we are talking about.
Now on national TV, you want to say bloody.
I mean, it's a way of expressing yourself. You know, you don't. I mean, it's your fault because you all made this. You feel me? Like what I mean by they made this is because like the older generation made the Gen Z act this way. You feel me? Like yeah. Now we have to express ourselves.
Right? But it's painful.
Nothing is no matter how that's the thing. No matter how
Can you
painful,
see
you should have
morality?
That's the problem with your generation.
No.
You guys will suffer and die.
One is not smile.
Oh, you don't think respect is okay? You think you can
Not on my life. Not on my life. I won't respect you if you're a threat to my life.
Exactly.
No, you can't tell me to be respectful.
The older generation are threats to your life.
Yes.
The Gen Zs are threats.
Hold on.
You people join political
talk. To respect
you refuse
You don't even think about the poor man.
politics to be played
The
normally.
older generation are
The way
eating
it's
us.
supposed to be.
Yo, do you hear what she said? The lady, pay attention to what she said.
Hold on.
You people join political talk.
To respect
You refuse
You
to
don't even think
allow
about the poor man.
politics to be played
The
normally.
older generation.
You refuse to allow politics to be played normally. Is it just me or like is Mama off point this time? What? The last 2 times, if I could remember clearly, when they allowed politics to be played normally, it was rigged, bruh, by your own boomers. Nah, this is sad though. It's like now we have accepted our cause, but you guys don't accept your own cause. It's sad.
Are eating us. I'm not putting any resource. I'm not the problem of the government. I'm an elder. There's a certain sect of people that have messed up the government. That's why I'm saying they need to calm down. If they keep coming with that.
You're not the government, but like the governments are in your age range, right? So it's your people. Just like how you are tagging those beautiful big babies that it's their generation that is bad. Now your generation are the cause of the problem. So accept the cause. That's what he's trying to tell you all.
Energy. They're not going to be able to fix things. They need to apply a little bit more wisdom. That's where that guidance comes in.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. Boomers would act as the current Gen Z if they were born in this time.
A lot of the factors that influence how we behave is really external factors, and some of them even come from they themselves. The way we dress, the way we talk, the way we behave. Obviously, it's how where we're born, the timeline we're born. So I believe they'll actually behave like us.
Every generation thinks the one after them is arrogant, willful, rebellious. And it's simply just breaking out of what was considered societal norms. Every single generation, you ask Gen X, they'll say, oh, boomers are so disrespectful. You ask boomers, Gen Z, millennials are so disrespectful. Ask millennials, oh, Gen Z are so disrespectful. It's literally just, it's circle of life. It's not like it's going to change anything. Take the same set of people in a boomer generation, put them in Gen Z, give them the same exact timeline, the same every external factor that Gen Zs have been influenced by, and give it to boomers, and then watch them become the new Gen Z.
If they had as much information as we have right now, they would make similar decisions.
They didn't even have that much information in those days,
they could know what every other country is practicing. If they could understand how how the US do their cultures, how South Americans do their culture. If they could...
Now let me come in there. Sorry to cut bro short, and I actually stand with him on this. Let me tell you why. Because like if you actually know what he said earlier on, the man, he said when it was Americans, okay, I won't use Americans. He said it was the whites. When he said Oyinbo, so Oyinbo means like the white folks. He said it was, and back then it was the Europeans, if I'm not mistaken. He said it was the white folks that actually brought in the trouser thing, right? And you all followed it because he said it was the white folks that brought the trouser thing, but it was not as crazy as now. Like it was baggy, but it was not like penciled. It was not like how do I say? But basically, you just followed the Western culture because the Western culture brought in the jeans. So now this guy said the same thing. Like if you all knew about how the Westerners do dress and how they act, you all would act like that. So I feel like he's making a point there. So yeah.
Would see how diverse the world is, I feel like yes, they will make the same decisions.
You know, it's so funny because I have a habit of reading old newspapers, and my favorite section is the other section where people write in with like anonymously and complain to somebody. This is the boomer generation, and the things that you see there, you can take them out and put them on, let's say, Twitter, and they will fit right in.
Same problem.
Nothing changed. It's not like, okay, so what are you people really talking about?
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
I totally disagree. I will not, because one, the Bible or the Quran that you read is there as a standard. None of us here would say he doesn't go to church or he doesn't go to the mosque, or you're not a traditionalist. Even the traditionalists we're talking about, they have morals standing. You understand? So the Quran, the Bible is there as a standard. Then your parents are your role models, especially when you have the good ones. So I wouldn't be carried away. I wouldn't allow the wave of trend to carry me. No, I would.
Sorry to call her short again, because I always have everything to say. I mean, I'm not in the show, so I'll tell you my own opinion. I respect her. Maybe she personally won't carry the wave of trend, but in your generation, there are a lot of you. So trust me, there will surely be one bad egg inside. So you don't speak for them, speak for yourself, which that's what she's doing, and I respect that though.
I want to bring shame to my
Have
family.
you heard of some civilizations in the Amazon forest that kill human beings, cannibals? Do you think those guys, they form their standard with the Bible? There's no Bible for them, there's no Quran for them, nothing. But they kill human beings.
That's what they know.
That's what they know.
That's what they know, right?
Are you going to say, are you going to call them bad, or are you going to say they should behave like you?
They are bad.
Would you call, hold on, would you
We are
call
talking
them good?
about where we're living now.
Would you
in
call
this
them
nation,
good?
Nigeria? We're not talking about the forest now.
I feel like you're taking this like personally.
Would you expect those cannibals to behave like you?
Just hold on.
Are you now a cannibal?
No,
That's the problem the Gen Zs have. They think they have brain.
No, they even.
But like, what do they have though if not brain?
No, we meet all of you on our daily activities.
Hello,
either in the house
I'm not going to take
or
it
at
from
work.
them. They do.
And we always iron it out. They know.
Let me say this, please.
And we always iron it out. They know.
She looks like, man, I want to leave here, bro. I'm tired of this shit.
Let me say this, please. There's this saying that two wrongs
don't make
never make it right. You guys should humble yourselves for your parents to bring
if my
you up.
daddy made a mistake, and I'm seeing it that, daddy has made a mistake.
Okay.
I will equally join daddy to make mistake, or I will even create a better mistake than daddy. I'm not making myself a son.
point.
So now, the older generation they had a problem, and you are seeing the problem, and you want to escalate the problem. Then we are not solving anything. The smartness and all what we have as Gen Z, we are not using it to do anything. We are using it the other way around. And it's not moving us forward.
Can we do the same thing?
Simple.
What they ask us. What is happening now, basically, is not from your parents. It is from what you get from your technology.
Internet.
What you see from your television.
Internet.
What you see from the internet. What you see from the movies you watch. Your musical giant that you see. It is what you are doing. But like I know in our own time, people like Sonny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, they are preaching morality.
Respect to you, Papa, for calling all the good men, but what about the bad men? You want me to call them for you? Come on, man, don't do this. This is a political speech you're giving.
Yes.
Where did Charlie Boy not come from?
No, he was calling the bad. Okay, what about you were calling the good ones? What about, look at Charlie Boy is if not the same age as you, Daddy. So what are you saying? Like, you guys are not perfect, okay? It goes both ways at the end of the day, though.
Charlie Boy copied from the other end.
Wait, that is why he.
What end?
He looks like
If he can make that decision and he's a boomer, what if he was not a Gen Z?
Question is, if you carry everybody in your age group and everybody in our age group and we switch and wake up in like some Freaky Friday situation, everybody's the age of your parents, are you saying that everybody in your age group will act the way every boomer is?
No.
They're obviously going to act the same. So people have innate values, right? But then again, those innate values are informed by our immediate family and the society we find ourselves in. I want to reference literature here, but like Lord of the Flies, they took everybody and threw them in an island and everything deteriorated because there was no innate value for anybody. People keep saying, they'll remain the same person, but you would not. If they take you, wipe you clean, and put you in a place where you have to start over again, how sure are you that you're going to be the same person?
Even Gen Zs,
all of them are not.
Some of them are normal.
Some of them are very, like this man here with us, seems a bit more normal.
That guy, I'm not saying the rest are not grounded, but he seems to understand respect a lot. That's the truth. As intelligent as the others are, they're still in that race of they're fighting, they're rebelling. He's not. He's definitely not one.
More like let me rephrase that guy for you. More like the Gen Zs are already doing the talking, so he doesn't have to say too much. Just like how that man with the tribal mark, if that's a mark, don't get me wrong, he's not saying too much compared to you on how you're talking to them. It's just, it's go both ways, guys.
Of them.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. The younger generation are too dependent on technology.
They believe that anything they read from this piece of technology we have, they believe that it is telling them the right thing. Sorry, I want to take it back to modesty we spoke about earlier on. If they watch the movies now, they see some Nollywood superstars, somebody acting a particular role of somebody who is weird. Then you copy that person's mode of dressing, you copy that person's character, you copy that person's attitude, and you bring it to your everyday life. Then maybe the person that is even acting in that character is not actually like that in real life.
First of all, that point you made is insulting everybody's intelligence by saying that we don't know how to differentiate fiction from reality.
Exactly. That's like, you just basically, like, she was not the one that said it. Was she the one that said it, that you all don't have brains? No, I'm not sure she's the one that said it though. But like, that's what you're just trying to say. Like, let me let her talk. Sorry,
but okay. The reason I say that Gen Z are dependent on technology is because there are no other alternatives. There's a phrase people use online where they say, go outside and touch grass, right? It means go and get in touch with reality and come back, which is great and fair and really nice to say, right? But if you go outside, what's there for you? You want to go outside, you want to go to, say, a park, you really want to touch grass. You want to go to a national park or something. They will tell you need to pay, let's say, 5K as ticket fee. You take that 5K and you stand by data for 1 month. And you sit in your house and you stand watch Netflix. If you want to read, you can read with your phone. You want to see someone else, you can video call them. technology is now an alternative to actually going outside to live life, which is not really a force, because if there's a tool there and you use it, are you really the bad person for using the tool, or is it the person that created the tool that is bad?
Okay, technology is good. It helps to elevate life. The usage is where the problem is.
Like, he's spitting facts, because let's be honest, the tool is not the problem, but it's how you use the tool that affects you. So like, I like what he said.
See, most of the most of the Gen Zs, they committed themselves into technology. Nobody goes to library to make research with. You use your phone or computer to make any research. Without referencing to that particular archives, you might not get the real result. Because they say garbage in,
garbage out.
Secondly, technology has made people make less use of their brain. You don't try to use your own God gifts, your own brain, which is even more better than the computer to work. If, for example, an engineer now will have an assignment to do, a job to do, he will start browsing Facebook.
Now, PDFs has replaced paperbacks, which means that we prefer to read on our phones than actually opening the leaves of a book, which is another, like, because some people actually even find it harder to focus when they are reading on their phone, because the moment you're reading a book, someone just texts you and say, my guy, before you know it, you're forgotten, you've gone so far online that you're forgotten that you're already reading a book. But if you're on the paperback, and maybe say the phone is somewhere, you probably will not remember any other thing until you're done with the book. So I feel like in the aspect of social interaction, the internet has kind of like,
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
First off, I don't believe we're not even dependent on technology.
Bro, he is like on all the lefties. I'm not even joking. Everybody has switched sides. I think everybody has switched sides except him. Like, whatever you say about Gen Z's, bro, he's against it. But I like him because he always has a point for everything, though. So
please step forward.
First off, I don't believe we're not even dependent on technology enough. I think we even need more technology. That's how life is going. I agree it has its bad sides, but there are also good sides of it. And even the older generation, like recently I was driving my mom, and I was using Google Map. I actually don't know anywhere in Lagos. I was using Google Map, but my mom wanted to prove to me she knows Lagos past Google safe. She would tell me turn left, turn here, turn here, turn here, to the point to almost enter one way safe. But my own generation, we have faith and trust in technology. Technology is the future, whether I like it or not.
True.
It's not going anywhere. It's literally integrated in all of us. You're holding your phone, I'm holding my phone. Before you know yourself, to be in our head.
Google Map misleads too.
I was going to say that.
It takes a longer route.
But let's give it to technology.
Yeah.
Technology is okay.
I don't agree that it's not a youth thing.
The best explanation here was the man. I'm not even joking. Even if he was on the topic, like he started on the topic that it's affecting, like it's dependent on younger generation. He gave the best explanation here, and I stand with him. He said like,
people apply it.
No, let's let the generation, we're Generation X and maybe Jones here, right? Let's agree that technology, let's give it to technology. It has made life seamless. It has, look at coronavirus, for example. Today, some people are working from home. That's what technology has brought. There are downsides, including Google misleading you sometimes, right? So my only wish is I'd wish that the Generation X and Jones would get with the program of technology. But to say that they're over dependent, no, we need to come to the realities of times, trends, and era.
If you had said this earlier, maybe I would have given you your flowers, but you didn't use this earlier when it was against you, though.
No, what we're saying is that we have to strike a balance.
That's what this man said. Like, he gave the best definition. It's a tool, but you know how you have to know how to use it. So he gave the best definition.
We are not against technology.
No, we can't turn to robots because
that one we call
technology is good.
Times are passing. That's the truth. I don't want to. I want to be on the same page with where X's and like I said. But truth be told, trends are trends. times are times, errors are errors. Like I said, my desire is for us to get with the program. There's so many things I've learned on YouTube. That's technology.
Just like what we
Overdependence
said.
is, for instance, somebody in school that's supposed to go and attend lectures. You know, when you attend, during our own time, we have the taste of the university. That is, when you talk about the four walls of an institution, we'll go through it. The university will pass through, you pass through the university. But you see that these people that depend on, you know, some of them don't even go to school. You understand? They read online. And that is why if somebody passes and they say, this person is a graduate, the attitude of that person wouldn't show you that this.
On your point on that, I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't really, like, I don't really care. You saying that to me, if I was in that person's shoes, like I'm a graduate and I pass and you be like, because I was studying online. Yes, I'm actually studying online currently, yeah. But if I study like, hybrid and online. So, but if you come up to me and you tell me like, yo, I didn't really see this boy much in the university, stuff like that. Bro, you come up to me, you tell me to show you a proof. I show you a proof. I have my degrees. Like the lecturers know me because I was on their online classes. I marked attendance. Then I don't think you should be worried about what people have to say behind closed doors or,
Person is a graduate.
I'm so glad you mentioned school because I don't think people have entered the lecture hall in give or take. I don't know if anybody here has been in a typical federal university setting. You enter, the room is quarter of this place, and you have to struggle with give or take 100 other students with no fan and 2 windows. You will not be sitting down there and the lecturer is doing the same notes from 1960. It's not really, but you go home and you go into YouTube and an Indian guy is teaching you the exact
the Indian guy, no, that computer thing. Nah, shout out to them because like even sometimes my lecturers don't know. But like the Indian guys help me. Okay.
same thing your lecturer is supposed to teach you, and you can actually hear him. If the problem is you want to learn, the learning is going to different methods, but you are still learning and you are learning in an easier way. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's not, and it's an alternative because people have gotten to the point that they have actually passed
Over dependence.
And that excuse you gave, you pass through it. That is what makes you strong. Technology transfer to Africa is a very good, in fact, it's a welcome development. Without technology, you and I will not be here.
Yes.
You understand? But what we are saying is, sometimes, because me, I speak to my children too, sometimes drop this phone. Do something else.
I mean, like, I love the debate. It was actually a good debate. I support the elders in some parts, but I don't support them in some part as well. And I like this dude. Shout out to this dude. It's like bro was standing on business throughout the whole situation. You feel me? Like, I mean, it's a good show. Shout out to Cruz too for posting this 1 year ago, and I'm late, but hey, I still reacted to it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. And you know what time it is. It's time to check out. Peace. Yo.